What's up, sexy? Happy Sunday. Uh, Welcome to Positivity. If you've never been here, if you have, welcome back. Thanks for watching. I am D, and this is my tarot reading for the day. I generally pull three cards. First card identifying who the major collective is. Second card clarifying a little bit further down so we can really drill down to who that collective is. And then the third one is what is the advice for today, or hope a lesson we can hope to learn today. I pull these cards. I sit with my meditation and my walk, my dogs. I like to go through a little bit and process. And once I have my message, I bring it forward. So let's get into this. This was a really fun read. It's kind of heavy, but it was full of some really good energy because I think this collective is ready to get going, and I think you're at the point where you're ready to make the major changes. So let's see who we're talking to. And like I said, I usually pull three cards. Today, Spirit ended up wanting to spit out a whole bunch more. So this is going to be possibly a little more specific and probably a little bit longer of one than what I've done. But we are working with today Earth signs, our Taurus, Virgo, Cappies. Um, the first one that popped out, these two popped out together. It is number 19 and 20. And I use the Elemental Oracle by Stacy DeMarco. Um, just a really cool, I don't believe in coincidence, but synchronicities. Um, had a dream completely unrelated to anything tarot, and I saw something in my dream, and then I saw somebody on YouTube using this deck, and I saw the exact same thing. One of these shows, again, I'm still kind of, I drew it out on a piece of paper after the dream. Still looking for it, so whatever. Okay, sorry, I get sidetracked pretty easy. My little rambling stories go on. It helps me remember things for later, though. Taurus, Virgo, Cappies, my earth signs. Um, with especially if you have heavy fire in your chart or are pretty lit up recently, this reading's definitely for you. Um, we have 19 and 20 growth, plants, endurance, and rock. I want you to look at those because what I'm noticing with these ones right away is that these are all extremely large things in the picture. We have giant rocks, giant mountains, giant moose. If you've never seen a moose in real life, holy crap, they are huge. So go see yourself a moose. Just don't get too close. They're dangerous too. But if you look at everything in this picture, it's all really big things that take a long time to grow. Moose, I mean, they actually grow pretty quick, but everything else in there takes a long time to grow. And I'm really getting that stubborn energy or stagnant energy. Not sure maybe if it's time to move on something or you've really been stewing about something. Now, when I pulled the next card, we actually got three. So this is going to, like I said, it's going to drill down. It's not going to be for every Taurus, Virgo, and Cappy, but this is where I got the title to the episode. Because there is a lot of fire, a little bit of wind. Let me see if I can pull these out in the same direction. So we have number 11, 10, and 24. Whoop, 11, 10, and 24. So the comfort, hearth, fury, brush fires, and change, wind. And when I look at these two as well, because this one popped out first, and it is a cool one. I have a yellow dog too. She's sleeping right behind the computer here. All my babies are grown though. But if you look, we have the fire in there. You're comfortable. You're kind of in your place. You know, you've been here for a little while, and maybe with the stubbornness of the first two cards, you're actually, I think, maybe getting ready to move on it, but you can be comfortable. Maybe I think it's to a detriment because you have some fires going on. And even this shows we got the fire back here, and it leads. This is the second card that popped out right after it was the brush fires. And I don't look at these as bad necessarily, but what I look at it is that you probably have some really, really heavy energies that you've been sitting on for a long time and probably thinking about them. And these really kind of in the standard tarot, I would think more of like hermit mode. Um, but very quickly after, in the same shuffle, you always got to finish the shuffle with it, popped out the winds of change. And what I think is going on, I've been in this position before too, so I think I can really hopefully translate it a little bit. Basically, and I'm gonna read from my notes on this in just a second because I had a fun time. This message really came to me. So this is where I'm saying calling all assholes, because I think you are probably at a point where you've been in hermit for a very long time and you know you can do so much more. You are not only capable of it, but you are literally everything. You know there's a spark in you. You know that whatever situation comes, you're going to be fine. Like, you literally can handle whatever is put your way, but you're not moving on it. I think you might be in that kind of position where everybody's an asshole. You don't have to agree with me, but if the last 5 phone conversations you've had with, I don't know, businesses or whatever, if every one of those people was an asshole, you probably are too. And I'm not saying that in a bad way, because we can love assholes. I mean, don't keep yourself in a bad or dangerous situation. Get yourself out of stupid shit like that. But, that's fine. Just get away from bad stuff. But we can love assholes. Um, it's not a new concept, and this is what I want to read, because this again, it was fun as it came out. So everyone's an asshole. You are part of everyone. So when you have the everyone is an asshole energy, you are correct. Everyone is an asshole, but again, we can love assholes too. And maybe with love, maybe we have less assholes down the road. So treat everybody with love, less assholes. But the one asshole you have control over is the first person asshole, you. So also go watch Spaceballs. If you haven't seen it for a while, or if you've never seen it, really treat yourself. Watch Spaceballs. If you know, you know. Great movie. I can't wait for the second one to come out. That's going to be fun. So just be the change you want to see. This isn't a pendulum. We shouldn't be like, well, so and so did this, so I have to do that to get back at. No, just be the change you want to see. Don't be the pendulum. Be steady in your thinking, be steady in your soul, and just walk the line. Like, you got this. You got this, okay? You can put down that pissed off energy. You got it. And but I think what's going on with the wind here is that the winds of change, and these are the winds of change, these are the renewals. Um, when air is introduced to a fire, what happens? We stoke the fire, right? So, again, you're kind of at this precipice of knowing everything's going to be fine, but knowing everything has to change before everything will be fine. And there's a lot that you're unsure of. And I think at this point, the winds are stoking the fires. You're reacting to every little change that is going on. I say this a lot already. Wow. Take a breath. That's the air you need. You need it in your lungs. Take a breath, go for a walk, get out in nature, ground yourself with the big elk and the rocks. Well, don't get too close to the elk, but go ground yourself in nature. Get back to yourself and listen internally to the calmer section, the peace. Find your peace. So then, now we know our collective completely. Our Taurus, Virgo, Cappy assholes that are just ready to not be assholes anymore, right? Did I say that lovingly enough? All right. Sweet. Um, so when we come out with the card number 3, it's spit out 2 cards right away as well. So now we're with this one, though. This is where it turns it into a more like I said, what I consider to be a more positive reading for the ones who actually can, get their message today. Um, and this one, yeah, it really is. It's number 36, The Wildness Electricity, and then number 9, Power Volcanoes. And with the daily message, I will read both of these from the book, but what it really, well, let's read it from the book and then I'll get into my perspective of it. Because what I find is that sometimes reading it can actually trigger it. And here's the page if you want to. I'm not sure my focus is great, but if you want to pause and read, go ahead. But 36, Electricity, Wildness, Fire card. Uh, Embrace your wildness, break free of your self imposed constraints, take immediate action. There is no need for further consideration of your problem. You contain the spark of the divine, so there is no reason to feel lesser. Confront the issue head on. So, yeah, whatever it is, whatever you're being an asshole about, just confront it. It's time. Time to move. Okay? You know it. You have the power within you, and all you have to do is let it be seen. Quit burying your awesome self with your asshole self out of protection for your asshole self, because really all you're doing is staying an asshole. So don't be an asshole. You know you can. If you don't think you can, this message isn't for you. I'm talking to the person who knows that they don't have to be an asshole. And guess what? You don't have to be an asshole. If you were an asshole right now, you don't have to be an asshole right now. So, like, you can literally change this at any point. Right on. Okay. And then the second card, the number 9, Volcanoes. This is also, speaking of, it is obviously fire, power. Old grudges should be released and let go. Heavy energy hurts us. Should we hold it for too long? Allow your anger to flow through you rather than saving it all up for an explosive release. Reformation may be necessary. Sometimes the greatest powers are hidden from view. You have the power to create or destroy. This all comes together. This absolutely just says, you know it. You are ready to make this change. And by the end of today, there should be something that comes across in your soul that says, this is how we should be and this is how we can carry on. And once you find that feeling, you're going to be able to at least wish to recreate it. And once you have the wish and the will to recreate, then you can recreate that feeling. And then you can walk around just not being an asshole and just being in that zen, no matter where you're at. The easiest way to figure this out, because when you're first starting out trying to recognize, but I don't think you're first starting out. I think you've been on this path for a while and you've really been feeling the energies. We wouldn't have, you wouldn't know comfort if you didn't know the fires. You got to have equal and opposites, or you got to have opposites to equal everything out. So this isn't somebody who's first starting out, but for the people who are first starting out in their journey, the best way to figure out the energy is go through your day when you're not thinking about something, when you are just you being. That is flow. That's you not worrying. That's you not thinking. That's you just living. That's in the moment, in your surroundings, with the people, wherever you're at. What happens is that our ego clouds that with judgments, with sensitivities, with just everything, bad feelings, thoughts of things from yesterday, whenever. But that ego is what clouds it up. So as you go through your day, notice when you're not thinking. I know that's the strangest thing, because usually you don't notice these times because you're in such good flow. But for those of you that are in this, and this is your reading, you absolutely have this. This is absolutely possible. And guess what? You're safe not being an asshole. Truly, let your guard down. There's nothing out there that's going to hurt you. Stand in who you are. You don't have to argue. You don't have to be the asshole. You can still be who you are. And guess what? Not everybody needs a response. You can listen to people that you disagree with and just let them talk, because bottom line, most of the time you're not going to change their minds, especially out in public in passing or on the phone or whatever. So just don't even worry about that stuff. Just flow. You got this. And no, even the cards are telling you this is all possible. You got this. But again, by today, do something for yourself. Go out, go for a walk, get out in nature, go get yogurt. Yeah, it's been a while since you've gotten a yogurt, hasn't it? Go get a yogurt. So, yeah, go get your yogurt. You sexy asshole. You sexy ex asshole. You. All right, I'll catch you on the next one. We'll see you. Thanks for watching Positivity. Ooh, and if this made it in, that means I learned how to put another video onto the end of the video I just made. I wanted to add one last note that I forgot because I put it on my last page that I didn't flip to. Um, One of the things I noticed was right before I pushed record, which is why I forgot it on the last page of my notes, is what you're really looking at here is you have a lack of water. Okay. Again, first two cards were both earth. We had all three of the next cards as fire. Or excuse me, two fires, one air, stoking the fire. And then two fires at the end. There's no water. There's things that need water. I see babies, I see people, I see animals, I see plants. I see fire. Fire needs water, especially in wildfire situations. So, when we look at the major traits of water signs, that's going to be your emotional maturity, your intuition, acting on that. Just these are the softer traits that you need to pull in. A little bit of compassion, empathy. So that was what I was alluding to. And of course, as these videos go, I'll remember these things and my note taking will get a little bit better. But really, like I say, drink some water. We'll see you next time.